everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Elizabeth, a holistic health and embodiment coach, and I help to guide women who are ready to come home to themselves. Today we are diving into a topic that honestly isn't talked about enough in the wellness space, but it is so necessary and foundational for true soul level healing, and that is the topic of shadow work. This isn't just about mindset or affirmations, although those are great tools on your wellness journey. It's about doing something that a lot of people oftentimes have a hard time doing, and that's meeting the parts of yourself that you believe to be negative in some way, that you may have maybe denied, pushed away, hidden, or felt shameful of, so that you can finally begin to process those and feel whole, seen, and deeply safe in your body and in your life again. But before we dive into today's topic, don't forget to check out the description box below for the links that I left you for all of the helpful tools and resources I have to help you feel your healthiest and most vibrant self. So let's dive into today's topic. Shadow work is the process of bringing your unconscious patterns, wounds, and suppressed emotions into the light with compassion and awareness. We are all made up of light and shadow, you could call it, or the good things that you feel about yourself that you might be proud of, and also the parts of yourself that you may feel are negative in some way that you'd rather hide away from the world in fear of a feeling of being judged or rejected for them. We are all human beings, and that's part of the human experience. We encompass both, and our jobs are pretty much to accept and process that. The shadow isn't something bad or scary. It's simply the part of you that's been buried, rejected, or forgotten, usually because at some point in your life it didn't feel safe to express it or feel it. Maybe you were told things like, don't be too sensitive, or you felt you had to be perfect to be loved, don't cry, be strong, or you simply learned over time that love came with conditions and you needed to be a certain way or act a certain way to receive love. Shadow work invites you to gently look at those stories and emotions, not to judge them, but to understand them, hold them, and begin to release what's no longer serving you anymore. At one point in time, those behavior patterns or beliefs that you've adopted may have helped you to survive whatever you have endured over the years, but in order to fully heal and feel whole, we often have to incorporate this powerful piece of the puzzle into your daily life. Emotions that you may have never processed over the years can be too uncomfortable for you to feel them. Those can get stored in the body, and over time, negative stored emotions have the ability to cause physical illness. When we avoid or bypass this work, that buried energy doesn't just disappear. It shows up in other ways. You might notice yourself experiencing chronic self-doubt or a lack of self-confidence, maybe perfectionism and people-pleasing tendencies, an anxiety, anger, or emotional reactivity, self-sabotage, especially when things are going well for you. You may be feeling like you're never enough, no matter how much you do. You may have difficulty setting boundaries with people or trusting others. You may have physical symptoms even like fatigue, inflammation, gut issues, or hormonal imbalances, because there is a connection there. You may have unprocessed emotions or outdated beliefs that will become the lens through which you experience your life, and if they stay buried, these can quietly shape your choices, your relationships, and how you see yourself over time. The first step to healing the shadow is learning how to see it. This is basically just another level of your self-awareness skills, if you want to look at it that way. Start asking yourself things like, when did I first start feeling this way about myself? Whose voice is this that's in my head when I criticize myself? Maybe I've heard it from somebody before. What did I believe that I had to be in order to be loved or accepted by people? These questions can help you connect the dots between your past and your present, especially through childhood patterns that may still live in your nervous system and your emotional body. Self-awareness tools that you can start to work with are a journaling practice where you can write freely about how you feel and where those feelings might be coming from. You can try trigger tracking methods to notice what upsets you and ask yourself, what is this really touching in me right now? You can do inner child visualization or meditations to basically close your eyes, imagine your younger self, and simply ask her, what does she need today? Remember, self-awareness is not about blame. It's about understanding where your patterns come from so that you can finally choose differently. As they say, when we know better, we do better. Another form of it can also be maybe in your personality traits. In those cases, just shifting your mindset to how you view it can be a powerful tool in self-acceptance. Say, for example, you think that you're maybe too emotional or sensitive, and you look at that particular trait as a personality flaw. Maybe someone even once said that to you at some point. So instead of viewing the trait in a negative way, consider how that particular trait and having it can actually help you or make you more unique in some way. Emotions are powerful tools, in my opinion. They give you things like the strength to endure. They can help give you hope. They can help you connect to people better and empathize. They can help protect you and others when needed. So basically, in every trait that you consider a flaw, think of at least one positive way that you can reframe it and look at it. Shadow work isn't a one-time event either. It's a gentle, ongoing relationship with yourself. Here are a few practices that you can start doing now. The journaling practice I mentioned with journaling prompts like, what am I afraid that people will think of me if they really knew me? What emotion am I avoiding feeling right now and why? Where in my body do I feel that emotion, and can I breathe into it with compassion? Mirror work is also a great tool. You can look into your own eyes in the mirror for 2 minutes and say things like, I see you, I accept you, I'm learning to love all of you, even the parts I used to hide. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but that's okay. That's actually the point to the practice, because growth and healing lies in discomfort, as with most things in life. I believe the old saying goes, the comfort zone is all well and good, but nothing ever grows there, including yourself. Emotional release practices can also be a great tool. Create space to cry, scream into a pillow, dance, do somatic shaking, or move your body in a way that lets those stuck emotions move and creates that energy flow to release. Your body holds on to everything, so give it permission to let go and feel lighter and free again. Guided inner child meditations are also another great tool, which I actually have some great ones in my one-on-one coaching program that I offer. You would visualize your younger you, sit with her, talk to her like someone you deeply love, ask, what did you need to hear back then? And what do you need to hear now? Affirmations, another great tool that can help invite wholeness. You would try saying things like, I am allowed to feel it all. Even the messy parts of me are worthy of love. I am becoming more whole every day. As you begin meeting your shadow with love, everything changes. You will start to notice that you begin to feel safer in your body. You would react less and respond more. You would forgive yourself. You would stop striving to be perfect, seeking external validation and acceptance, and start allowing yourself to be authentically real. You may feel lighter, not because your life is perfect, although nobody's is, but because you're no longer carrying the weight of what you've been avoiding. And most importantly, you begin to come home to yourself fully, authentically, with deep self-trust and peace. And imagine the changes within you and around you that you can begin to start seeing in your life when you operate from an energetic state like that daily. You would literally attract so many forms of abundance in your life from living in a place of self-love and acceptance. Shadow work is some of the most sacred work that you can do, not just for your healing, but for your sense of joy, your relationships, your health, and your freedom. That's why I actually incorporate it into my 12-week one-on-one coaching program that I offer, and why I'm actually working on an upcoming course that I will be launching soon that is going to focus on this topic and include a deep dive into various healing topics and methods, because of how much of a powerful tool it is in your health and your overall well-being. To get notified of when this course is going to be released, sign up for my weekly newsletter in the description box below, where you will become the first to know and maybe even receive an early bird offer for my weekly wellness newsletter subscribers only. Let me know also in the comments below what one belief or emotion that you're ready to look at with compassion today. Remember, your healing doesn't come from fixing who you are. You don't need to be fixed. It comes from loving all of the parts of you that you once thought that you needed to hide away from the world. And the bottom line is, in my honest opinion, you were not born to wear the weight of other people's opinions, judgments, or expectations. That's no way to go through life. Their projections onto you is their own healing journey to walk. You're here to discover who you truly are at a soul level, find your purpose in life and what brings you happiness and what lights you up, and share your gifts with the world in your own unique, authentic way. Maybe you may have had to be exposed to those people in your life in order to learn valuable lessons that you needed in order for your own personal growth. And often it helps you to find a strength and resiliency that will only help you along the way. And I can speak from my personal experience with that. But you are more powerful than you realize. And all you need to do is truly connect to your higher self and remember that fact. It's a self-acceptance homecoming that will truly bring you peace and happiness. And who doesn't want that? So I challenge you today to show up fully in your life from this day forward and allow yourself to feel truly seen, heard, and authentically loved for exactly who you are. Those who are meant to be in your life will find you, and those who are not in alignment with you anymore will fall away, and that's just divine protection. I'm sending you so much love and support. You are enough just as you are and worthy. This is your weekly reminder to do something that brings you joy today. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.